Yemeni soldiers fire at Houthi positions west of Marib. The Houthis are trying to seize the city, the internationally recognised government's last stronghold in the north. Their spokesman says they're only targeting government forces, but residents dispute that.
We
call for an immediate cease of the belligerent war against civilians in Marib. There are no military barracks or posts in the city. There are no militants or fighters in Marib. It's only home to civilians, students and displaced Yemenis.
Yemen's government has been locked in a power struggle ever since the Houthis captured the capital Sana'a in 2014. It's called on the people in Marib to help the army defend the city. Yemeni commanders say they're determined not to lose control of it.
A military jet takes off as Operation Eagle Claw 2 gets underway. The mission to hit PKK positions and rescue hostages. A few days later, the defence minister announced that 13 people who had been kidnapped had been killed before their rescuers arrived. They'd been held for 5 years. These latest raids are part of an operation that started last June, aimed at hitting the PKK terror group in its headquarters in northern Iraq, in a conflict which has been continuing for several decades. The military later displayed some of the weapons seized during the latest fighting, which took place in the Gara region of northern Iraq. Turkey is currently in dispute with the US over its partnership with the YPG, the Syrian branch of the PKK terror group, which operates under the umbrella of the Syrian Democratic Forces.
As night fell on Valentine's Day, they gathered in small groups in various parts of Russia. The aim to show solidarity with opposition leader Alexei Navalny, who's currently in jail. In playgrounds and courtyards, they placed candles in the shape of a heart and shone lights from mobile phones. The coordinated action came in response to a call from a man called Leonid Volkov. Now based in Lithuania, he's a close ally of Alexei Navalny. He wants Russians to copy tactics used by pro-democracy activists in neighbouring Belarus.
Our force is that we are more sophisticated than them, that we are more creative, and we have to think about other forms of protest, and we already invented something.
Volkov urged people to post pictures of Sunday's gatherings on social media using the slogan "Love is stronger than fear." The aim was to avoid large demonstrations of the type that's seen thousands of people arrested across Russia in recent weeks.
This is the tensest and most fearful time for people in Myanmar since that coup 2 weeks ago. The protests, the groundswell, the momentum of them through the last week had really taken the junta by surprise. They haven't really been, they had completely underestimated the level of opposition they would face on the streets and in the form of strikes and protest movements. So we have seen this there's now a twofold military sort of approach to trying to defeat this opposition. First of all, there are threats and intimidation use. There are armoured vehicles. People woke up to seeing the sight of armoured vehicles on the streets this morning, and there's the clear implication that they could move in and stage a bloody crackdown as they have in the past against uprisings. So that has got people very on edge, and the ambassadors of all the major sort of European and North American nations issued a fairly unprecedented joint statement today urging restraint by the military and the release of detainees.
There's been violence in Oakley's main shopping strip as angry lockdown protesters clashed with police. The mask-free mob claims the stay-at-home orders are killing more people than they're protecting. Laura Turner was there.
Oakley's Eaton Mall paved with aggression. But lead demonstrators were met with no-nonsense police. They claim this is their right.
I'm in my 5Ks. I'm here exercising my legs with my flag.
While an arrest was made, animosity toward police boiled.
You f***ing bully. You're a f***ing bully, mate.
Their message embroiled in anger.
Report the truth. Start talking to you, mate.
Report the truth or get the out of my face.
Member of Parliament Bongo has pleaded not guilty to a corruption charge in the Western Cape High Court today. He's accused of offering a bribe to collapse Parliament's Eskom inquiry in 2017. Shortly after the alleged incident, Bongo was appointed State Security Minister. The trial has begun with the testimony of the evidence leader of that inquiry, Ntudzela Vanara.
We have indeed, Jeremy. The state has put its case detailing why it's charging Bongo with a single charge of corruption, but there are alternate charges, and all of this, they say, stemming from his alleged attempts to approach Ntudzela Vanara, who was the evidence leader in that Eskom inquiry, going to his office, offering any amount of money.
Violence between Israel and Hamas can often be traced back to instability in the Gaza Strip. Instability that is compounded by a dire humanitarian crisis and electricity shortages. This crisis is expected to be alleviated once again, at least partially, due to the work of Qatar. As part of an international agreement signed Sunday by the EU, Qatar, and the UN, Israel is set to begin exporting natural gas to the Gaza Strip's only power station. All in all, the Strip is currently getting 240 megawatts of electricity per day. Part of that is sold by Israel to Gaza, while the power consumption for the entire Strip stands at 500 megawatts, leading to occasional blackouts.
There's a royal baby on the way. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex revealing they're expecting a second child. After sharing their grief over a miscarriage last year, Harry and Meghan say they're overjoyed.
A Duke, a Duchess and a baby bump for the world to see. Meghan Markle pregnant with the couple's second child.
It's a very calming picture. I think it's a very cute one.
This photo released with a two-line statement. We can confirm that Archie is going to be a big brother. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are overjoyed to be expecting their second child. Boy or girl, the baby is 8th in line to the British throne. Buckingham Palace releasing a statement. The Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince of Wales and entire family are delighted and wish them well.